The woman accidentally discovered that her newborn twin sons cried uncontrollably whenever they saw her, yet they fell instantly silent at the sight of their grandmother. Faced with such an abnormal situation, the woman did not suspect anything and even wore a wicked smile. This was because she was a reborn soul. In her previous life, on the very day she gave birth, she received news that her husband had died in a car accident. She had raised their two sons with great hardship until they both were admitted to prestigious universities. But on the day of their college entrance celebration, her husband, presumed dead for 20 years, appeared with his mistress. The man announced that the mistress was the true biological mother of the two sons. Only then did the woman realize her husband had faked his death to deceive her. Not only had her sons known all along, they had colluded with him to transfer all her assets in advance. In the end, she was so enraged that she suffered a fatal heart attack. When she opened her eyes again, she had been reborn back to the day she gave birth 20 years ago. Before she could even react, her father-in-law informed her that her husband had died in a car accident. In her last life, she had believed her in-laws' lies and entrusted them with the funeral arrangements. That was how her husband managed to fake his own death and escape. In this life, she vowed to make her husband's entire family pay a terrible price. 18 years later, under her careful guidance, her two sons both gained admission to prestigious universities. The woman could not wait to share the good news with her in-laws. She even invited them to attend her son's college entrance banquet the next day. The following morning, the in-laws arrived early at the banquet hall. Watching their two well-behaved grandsons, they beamed with pride. Just as the woman was preparing to take her sons to their seats, her father-in-law suddenly stopped her. He said the two grandsons would be studying abroad soon. He added that it would be wasteful for the woman to live alone in such a large house. They had decided to move in with her. The woman is in a dilemma. She says she's been wanting to bring her in-laws over for a long time, but now the problem was that she had already sold the house. Handing over the purchase contract, the in-laws were furious. They claimed the property belonged to their family and that the woman had no right to sell it. The woman explained that she had sold the house to raise funds for her son's studies in America. Upon hearing this, the in-laws insisted on taking custody of the sale proceeds, but the woman revealed that 3 days ago she had already deposited every penny into her son's education fund. No one but her sons could withdraw from it. Hearing this, the in-laws had no further grounds to argue. As the auspicious hour approached, the woman went on stage to host her son's college entrance banquet. Before she could even speak, her husband, dead for 20 years, suddenly appeared in the banquet hall with his mistress. In front of all the guests, the man declared that the mistress was the true biological mother of his two sons. Upon hearing this, the two sons were shocked. They hurried to their grandmother and asked if it could possibly be true. To protect her son's reputation, the grandmother slandered the woman, claiming she had orchestrated that accident to kill her husband. She asserted that he had been forced to fake his death all these years to protect their children. Under the grandmother's slander, the guests quickly believed her. They did not condemn the husband but instead vilified the woman as a poisonous wife. Seeing his moment arrive, the husband produced a pre-prepared divorce agreement. He demanded that the woman leave with nothing, promising to forgive all past grievances if she signed. Without hesitation, the woman signed her name on the agreement. This delighted the husband and his mistress. Little did they know, they had just walked into the trap she had set. To enact her revenge, the woman then suggested they hold their wedding right there. She would serve as the wedding host. The mistress thought it a splendid idea and immediately dragged the man onto the stage. Having signed the divorce, the